Hello, welcome to another episode of Sharkbites, the sub podcast of Uni Sharks. But, anyways, today I, Lemon, will be hosting today, joined by my two co hosts, Hammer and Mako Sharks.
Hi.
Hello.
So, today we're actually reviewing a movie instead of a TV show. And the movie I chose this time was Predator Badlands. Is the most recent Predator film in the Predator franchise, and it's the first PG-13 rated Predator film, and also the most highest grossing Predator film ever made. So it's kind of exciting.
Yeah, I forgot the other Predator movies don't have high critical scores. Even Prey, which was pretty good.
But yeah, I'm a huge Predator and Alien fan, so I've definitely wanted to watch this movie and see what you guys' thoughts were on about it. So first, I guess we'll go into the critical part of it. So on Rotten Tomatoes, it got a 86% with the what we call the critics and 95% with the audience rating. On IMDb, it's 7.2 out of 10. So it seems like the internet says it's a pretty good movie. What do you two think of it critically?
So, I am not caught up with all the Predator movies. The last one I saw, and I guess the mainline Predator movies, because the first Predator movie I ever saw was actually Predators versus Aliens, which is also PG-13. But then I think I saw a couple Predator movies with you guys as well. And now that I didn't know it was PG-13 until you brought it up, I was just watching it because we were going to watch it. And I definitely could tell it was PG-13. And they definitely got away with it because there isn't like a single human death throughout the movie.
Yeah.
And honestly, when looking at like the other Predator movies, it felt a lot more action than the older ones, where it was a lot more suspense because the Predator wasn't the enemy this time.
Yeah.
And I don't know how I feel about it, as all my experience with Predator is he's the Predator. And it's very of like what's gonna happen. And I guess they were trying to maybe stray away from that because, I mean, I don't know how many Predator movies there are now. You know, people know that they're killers, so it's kind of hard to do another suspense movie. And so, I guess a coming of age Predator movie. Well, not really, but yeah, is a more unique approach. I don't know if they did it in Prey. I don't know if they did it in the previous ones. Like I said, I haven't seen this. But
no, you're right.
So that part of the story, it just felt off for me. But as a movie itself, it was a fun movie. So if someone asked me, "Oh, did you enjoy the movie?" Yes, I did enjoy the movie. Do I really think it fits a lot in the Predator storyline? Yeah, based off his name, but not so much the vibes. So those are kind of my thing, and I don't know if you guys noticed. We'll probably go into a little more the kind of like first Alien movie where Ripley uses like the mech, and then there's a mech in this one too. It's like,
Yeah.
oh, I feel like that might be a little Easter egg, but not. I don't know. Who knows? Anyways, that's my original my starting thoughts on the movie.
Nice. Yeah, I see what you're saying, and I mean, you weren't the only one who felt like it was kind of weird to do a PG-13 Predator movie since all the other ones have been rated R. So I mean, usually, yeah, you're right. Usually there's a bunch of people being dismembered, and that's why it's rated R. This time they got away with it by whenever there's a human character, it turns out that they're a synth, they're an android. So, you see guys getting decapitated and ripped to pieces, but they're just robots. So it doesn't matter. But actually, I mean, I had fun watching it. Like it's a decent action movie. But as far as Predator movies go, I like that they used it to try something different. Because yeah, the Predator movie started off as like horror or thriller, whatever you want to call it. But I think it's grown at this point to where, yeah, maybe it's time we look at the other side. Because it's not like they're not just like mindless monsters. They've always been like aliens that have a culture that's rooted around, hunting. Like there's always been like something to sink your teeth into. They just didn't really focus on it until now. So now we get to see, hey, the different predators, they out talking to each other, and we get an idea of their culture more. And you know, the main character has an older brother, and we see their relationship. So, and uh, yeah, I think it's kind of a good entry point for people that want to kind of get into the franchise and don't know where to start. Because yeah, it teaches you about the predators and what they're all about. And if you got like a younger audience, it's a good place to get them introduced to it before they move on to the other movies where the predators are the bad guys, where it's, more of a hard R rating.
So I did want to ask, and hopefully you would probably know, Lemon. Is the Alien versus Predators canonical now? Because we've had multiple movies where like Wayland Yutani is involved, and um, more than one Alien versus Predator movie. Are they technically canonical?
I think technically the AVP movies aren't canonical, but I think it is canonical that they share a universe now because it's Whaley Yutani, so it's like very much. But movies take place where like the aliens are already on Earth, but then again, Alien Earth came out and aliens got to Earth again already. So at this point, I don't even know anymore. So
Okay, I just wanted to ask that because I was thinking during the movie that they were talking about the younger son being weaker and everything. Well, I'm assuming he was a younger son, and there's no weakness in this tribe. I don't know why they thought he was weak. Yeah, he's smaller, but it's not like someone's going to capture him and hold him for ransom and make the tribe weak. I don't know.
Yeah, like who is he weak against?
I know. And because at the end of when the Alien vs Predator, that's why I'm bringing this up. When like they teamed up with the humans and the human protected him and everything and gave her, I think, the hand cannon or something. I can't remember. It's been so long.
Yeah,
But they
it was a spear.
Oh, the spirit. Okay, but they like treated the death very honorably. Even though, well, we don't know that predator's background. He failed the hunt. He didn't bring back the trophy. And so like the change of honor, it must be like a tribe to tribe situation because it felt different than in this one. Whereas like, well, what happened to that honor of that tribe thing is like, yeah, they solo hunt, but it seemed like they were that wolf pack that they brought up in the movie. Um, like they at least respected and honored each other. And I mean, there's some other history I just can't remember. Or maybe there's like a war or something I can't remember. But this also made me think, because we're going through Halo games. Think of the Arbiter. And it was like, well, he's gonna, his younger son that he thought was dishonorable that they should just kill was gonna go on a hunt that he would probably die at. So we'll just send him anyways. He'll probably die there, and then there goes the dishonor of your pack, I guess you could say. I don't know what their tribe. I don't know.
Yeah. And
And
that was
so,
like the older brother's point.
yeah, to set him on the hunt. And he's like, he said he was going to try hunting this thing, and then the dad should have been like, oh, well, I wouldn't fight that. I'd die, so he would definitely die. Okay, well, it'll be less dishonorable for him to die during a hunt than him just looking weak. But whatever, we wouldn't get that trauma.
Yeah. Well, and like towards that end, like the other Predator movies, whenever a human kills a predator, the other ones show up if they can and like give them a trophy. And, it might be something from a past hunt. Like we never finished the second one because, yeah, but at the end of it, like when Donald Glover kills the predator, they give him a pair of pistols, like antique pistols. And then at the end of Prey, they gave the main girl from that one the same thing. So yeah, it's supposed to be just if your prey outsmarts you and kills you, then they deserve the honor you would have gotten. So yeah, I think you're right that this tribe was just kind of dickish, where they're just like kill the runt instead of just letting him get a chance. And his older brother, I think that's supported by his older brother going like, well, he deserves a chance to hunt. Like it sounds like that's the norm.
Yeah, it's tricky. See, I'd say there's different like tribes and races on there too, because the predator from Prey was like very different looking than regular predators. So people are saying it's like a different race. So I imagine it's probably different races of Yautja and the Yautja Prime. They could even colonize different planets too. But anyways, yeah, I think I still really enjoyed the movie, even though it's like very different from like a lot of the Predator films. But I think the franchise kind of needs something different because they've been trying to replicate the same thing from the first Predator movie for like a while, and it hasn't really worked that well. So I'm really glad they tried like a new approach and new change. And if you like take Predator Badlands from aside from on its own compared to the rest of the franchise, it's like just a fun little sci-fi adventure, like coming of age type thing almost too. So
Yeah.
and I will say I really enjoyed like the vibes and like seeing like the Yautja
vibe.
like talk, yeah, like the vibes on the or on the home planet before they go to the jungle, the death planet. It's kind of cool seeing them all there. I definitely enjoyed the movie. I think my enjoyment went down a little bit when they introduced the Thea, like the synth. Like
Yeah.
she served their purpose well for the most part, but there's a couple of moments where I'm like, you're talking too much. You need to be quiet.
That's probably how the Predator was probably thinking the same thing.
Mhm.
Deck.
Yeah.
I liked how he justified using her help. It's like, oh, you're not a real life. You're like a tool, and it's like
Yeah,
calls her
I
tool
like
the whole time.
I can be useful. Oh, like a tool. Because something that's his loophole for accepting her help because he's supposed to do it alone.
Mhm.
So,
But,
um, I liked the
like I
I
liked her
thought
too, but like I want to say I hated her, but I feel like she should have been toned down like just a little bit. So I don't want to like get the impression I hate her, but yeah, continue, Miko.
yeah, I don't know, maybe they thought there needed to be some chatter going on so the movie wasn't completely silent. I hate that usually because movies can work really well even if they're quiet for a lot of it. But I think she was also there just to kind of be like almost like a narrator explaining what's going on. And it also, they hype up the planet as this death world where almost nothing can survive unless it's already been there for a long time. So that was kind of their way to make it more sensible that Deck would survive all that. You know, he's about to hunt that big buffalo thing, but then she says, "Wait, the grass is sharp. It's razor grass." And he sees the weird exploding plant things, and she's like, "Yeah, if you get too close, they trigger and start shooting paralyzing thorns. So just keep that in mind." And then ultimately explains how he's able to kind of kit bash his own equipment together and then start taking down all the Wayland Yutani sins. So, and I loved how he had like the little eel thing that spat acid on his shoulder instead of a shoulder cannon, and instead of the gauntlet spikes, he had a tooth from that other bird animal that Thea killed. So, like, it had some cool moments, honestly. And the big reveal that this little ugly monkey thing that's been following them around is actually the baby of the, the giant monster. I was like,
Okay.
wow. Like, I kind of liked that. Yeah.
I have mixed feelings about all of it actually. Him using the environment and stuff, okay, that's neat. You know, that's what they're supposed to do. But a lot of things seemed a little what's the word? Some plot armor.
Oh, like convenient.
Yes, like, oh, how convenient that the random monkey thing is the super strong monster's child.
Yeah.
And so convenient that they found some other stuff, and I don't know why.
Yeah.
I thought it was really funny how like the eel decided to take the shot. It's like,
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
I was like, no, little guy. Like, well, why wouldn't it just run away instead?
no, it's like I don't know. It's just like the power of friendship saved the day again. Uh, that
Yeah.
that's how this movie felt in some parts. Um,
And like sorry,
yeah,
just
no,
wanted to oh,
no, go on.
I just wanted to throw in, I think that came because they kept kind of writing themselves into a corner. Like, you have this giant monster that predators have been trying to kill for however long, and they've all failed. And then you find out it's because the thing can regenerate from almost any injury. Like, he cuts its head off, and it just pulls its head back together to its neck and keeps going. So at that point, it's like, okay, so how does he beat it? Well, it turns out that he made friends with its baby, and the baby spat on him and got its scent all over him. So now its parent, well, its mother, father, whatever, knows not to hurt him.
After
And
he cut
then, what's that?
after he cut its head off.
Yeah. And then, he has this little eel thing that spits acid, and he's running around, and it's like killing all these synths just by spitting on them once. Well, then he fights the big boss, the evil synth inside the big robot. And I think at that point you'd be asking, well, why isn't it just spit on the windshield and melt through it so we can kill her? So it's like, I think at that point they're like, all right, we got to get rid of it. So how about it just takes the shot for him when she shoots at him?
Yeah.
So even then, they could have just said, "Oh yeah, she shoots at him. There's a big explosion. He dodges, but it freaks out the little slime weasel thing, and it runs away." Like,
Yeah.
that would have made a little more sense because it was a little cheesy, wasn't it?
Yeah, a
This
little bit.
is
I kind of viewed it as like a deer in headlight or a deer caught in the headlights of a car, where it sees a bright light and it's like, oh, what's this bright light? And
Oh, like
going
a
towards
moth,
it
just
maybe because it doesn't know it. It's an eel. It doesn't know it's a missile being thrown at it. Probably just thinks it's like, oh, it's what's this thing, and it decided to attack it and got blown up.
it was a weirdly smart eel, though. Like when he needed it to spit on all those homemade bombs he made, it did it like right on cue.
well, those were like all the little like caterpillar type things that he pulls like off that plant.
Yeah, the exploding grubs and the dart flowers.
Yeah.
Well, like he triggered them by having it spit on him.
Oh yeah, I forgot about the dark flowers. I will say it was it was pretty brutal with the first synth that got spat on, and it was like the chest. I was like, oh wow, yeah, no, they couldn't do that in a PG-13 movie. Like that would have been brutal for a movie.
Oh my
I was
god!
like,
Yeah.
I kind of wish this was a rated R Predator movie.
And I like the little detail that like like all the synths look the exact same because that's how it's supposed to be. Like everyone at the base is just the same model.
All evil white people.
Yeah, except for the women who are evil scientists. What do they mean by that? No, I'm just kidding.
Anyway, sorry,
Yeah.
Lemon. Did you get to finish your thought about your own question?
Oh yeah.
I'm trying to think what was my question again. How good was it, Creeley? I feel like we kind of answered how much fun did you have watching it. Yeah, I feel like it
Yeah.
was a fun movie overall. I am a little bit. I'm also. I do like that it does something different compared to the other movies. I'm a little bit worried though, like how this is going to affect the franchise going forward. I hope they don't like because it felt kind of Disney-fied or Marvel-fied a little bit, where it's like, oh, he has his like fun little animal sidekick and all that stuff, and I don't know. I feel like I'm worried that they're going to like try to make it like more soft in the future, I guess, as well.
Yeah.
But who knows what will happen? We'll see if we even get another one. But
Is it-
is what you're saying, like makeup?
Oh, I was gonna say yeah, because it ends on a little bit of a cliffhanger where it goes back to his planet, kills his father, announces that he has his own clan, and they do the reveal that yeah, the Fia's traveling with him now, and the baby's half grown now, so he's got a Kalisk on his side, a giant regenerative monster. But then a ship shows up, and he goes, "Oh, it's my mother," and then it ends. Like, yeah, like I think they want to make another one.
Yeah, it'd be fun to see a bunch of alien on alien violence in the next one. I kind
Yeah.
of wonder what he feeds that thing because it got so big. I'm like, hope it doesn't get too hungry throughout the night. but, but I guess my next question is: did the show make you feel anything like emotionally at all?
Hmm.
Not like hopeful or uplifted, I guess, but yeah, it was just fun, and there were a few moments of good humor, like the little baby ripping apart a synth, and he grabs its arm and starts waving it at Deck.
Mhm. How about you, Hammerhead?
So this kind of goes back a little bit what you were saying at the end of the movie where his mom shows up and all that. I guess what it made me feel was a little worried. Uh, like the movie itself, yeah, overall, yeah, it was fun. It was enjoyable, um, and then what I've explained before. But like I was saying, a little worried that they try to humanize things too often, and uh, we have experience with this tribe, and it seems to be a matriarchy of sorts. Like the mother seems to be stronger than the father. Bigger ship. Um, which is kind of whatever. It's just more of like, well, these are traits that humans have, and I guess humanoid aliens could have the same things, but I just don't want something that if they just changed all the characters to humans, it would still feel like the same movie. If we're going to learn about aliens or everything, make sure they're unique. You know, they don't need to be the same as if they were on Earth. That's kind of that worried feeling I have about the future. If there's a sequel, which if it's grossed really well, it sounds like there should be. But yeah, it's just the movie. Yeah, it was fun.
Yeah. Well, yeah, I guess that's valid because halfway through he does kind of start taking more of a human view on morality, like as Thea starts talking to him.
Yeah, like that was really quick. You only raised for how long in your own tribe ways? Just takes a woman to change a man.
Yeah.
Yes,
Plus your
he's a
dad
man.
killing your plus your dad
Yeah.
killing your older brother in front of you.
Yeah, that too.
Yeah.
I think
And well,
but I kind of felt the same way too. It's like I feel like they humanize the predators or Yautja a little bit too much, especially with their language. You can totally tell it just sounds like a person trying to speak all alien-like. It'd be kind of cool if they incorporated more of the clicking noises into their language itself too. You know?
yeah. No, I agree.
Yeah.
And yeah, I do think that he kind of turned around too quickly to where, he goes from she like reaches for his help and instead he runs by and grabs the gun and goes, "Help yourself." to yeah, I thought that was genuinely a pretty good part because it was funny but still kept in with like Yautja culture. But yeah, they went from that to him like risking his life to save her pretty fast.
Well, I think part of it is that he was rejecting the culture that rejected him. You know, because he's not going to be like a I don't know. He was kind of rejected and kind of scorned, so he's going to try something different and find his own tribe type of thing. You know, because that's what kind of happens when you're rejected by the crowd. You know, you go find your own.
Yeah.
Yeah. Even though I feel like the rest of the tribe should have followed under him because he beat their boss.
Yeah. I mean, they did all pop their swords, so I don't know if they're like squaring up to his mom because now he's technically the leader, or if I mean, it sounds like he's just like, nah, screw you guys. I got a ship and two best friends now.
Yeah, I don't know. That's why I was kind of confused as well. I'm like, okay, it looks like they're looking at the mothership. Uh, and so it looks like there's some conflict in between them. But also when he threw the android's head, I mean, it's kind of hard to take his word for it. He could have taken the crystallized head of the mother, and showed it as a trophy. But
Yeah.
huh?
Oh, yeah. I thought that's what they were going for.
And then he definitely could have said, "This thing killed the target, and so I killed it."
Yeah. I thought that was. It kind of made sense because, like, she's a synth, so she can take more damage than a human. And she did have that grenade with her when she got swallowed. But I'm like, I don't know. I don't think that needed to happen.
Yeah. So this what's his face deck could have said, this thing killed that monster, and so to show my strength, I killed the thing that killed the monster.
And heck, if he needs proof, I'm sure the thing's first tail is still at that first place, the first fight.
Yeah.
He
Yeah.
cut it off and it just grew a new one.
Yeah. I know. I was expecting it to grow another head when it first cut it off, because that's what happened with the tail. But I was like, now there's two of them.
Yeah, that would have been
What
fun.
is that in a comic or like in a movie where they cut off the head and then the head grows from one and then the body grows from the head?
Oh,
You're talking like the Predator Alien universe or something else?
Oh, something else.
One thing I think of is probably Dead. Oh, actually, no.
I know Deadpool's done it in the comics, but
Okay, maybe I saw a clip of that or something. All right.
Yeah.
Anyways,
Yeah.
back to the question. For me personally, I didn't really feel like emotional. Like I felt like a little bit emotional when the brother like sacrificed himself to like be brave and sacrifice himself. I got a little emotional there, but for the most part, I feel like just more hyped from the fight scenes in the show.
Yeah.
So I mostly watch the show just for hype, not necessarily like a tearjerker or anything like that.
Yeah.
But I guess on my last question, I think we've kind of been talking about it already, but what would be better or slash what would you change? Or is there anything that you can change? What would you do?
I guess I would just what I've already mentioned. Like some of the reasoning and thought processes is like didn't feel too aligned with what we know of the predators in other movies. So maybe more backstory to this tribe. Like the brother explained, like we're a branch from this thing, so we do stuff differently. Just so it just has a little more like, oh, okay, that's why they do things a bit differently than what we've seen, and then just the things that didn't necessarily make sense that we brought up before. So that's about it.
Okay. Yeah, I'd agree. And then maybe just have him be a little less, like a little more Yautja, a little less humanized by the end. Not that I want him to be like a piece of crap, but just like his motivation to stay Yautja, if that makes sense.
Yeah, I kind of agree with that. I feel like I would like to make them more alien, and I also really enjoyed the seeing Yautja Prime. It'd be kind of cool to see more of that and seeing them on their own home planet. But I think I'm really hoping it'd be really cool for the next movie. I know it's probably not going to happen because it's probably going to go into uh, what should I call it? Go into like the storyline with the mother and all that, the predator mother. But it'd be really cool if like the next movie started off with a human POV and there's actually Deck hunting them with like the Calisk and the synth helping him out.
Oh, yeah.
That'd be really cool. But yeah, I
Yeah.
think it was
Well, I
all.
mean,
Very good.
oh, I'm sorry. I do want to say I'm not too worried about them like softening the franchise as a whole because like just 6 months before Badlands came out, they had the same director who made Predator Killer of Killers for Hulu. So, and that was, very gory, very, very rated R animated series. So I'm wondering if that was just kind of not just to make some cool animations, but also just to reassure, like, we're not forgetting the franchise's roots. We're just experimenting.
Yeah, I dig that. That makes sense. Um, but yeah, I feel like that's a weird request too. But I really want a predator movie where the predator actually wins and the humans lose. I feel like that'd make it more sense. It's like a lot of
Oh
plot
yeah.
armor with the humans.
What they need to do for the second movie is the mother forces his son to marry the android girl.
Yeah.
So good. Why the android? Why not the Calisk? Because I think the Calisk is a girl too.
Yeah, Kaliska's a girl too. My clan is all women.
Who knows? Who knows? I just don't
Yeah, I
want
wonder.
the mother to be evil as well. Who knows?
Yeah. Oh, and I wonder if they even know what they're gonna do with that, or if it was just a ending that they're like, we'll figure it out later.
Yeah, who knows? I'm curious to see what they do, but I'm also I don't know. I want to say excited, but I'm also like kind of like being cautious about it because I'm like worried how it's implemented.
Yeah.
Yeah. But if it comes out, I mean, I'd watch it.
Yeah,
Yeah,
like I definitely
do
enjoyed
too.
this one enough.
But yeah, I'm a big Predator and Alien fanboy, so I'll definitely watch it. So, but yeah, do you guys have any other closing thoughts or anything you want to say about the movie?
I think
I'd recommend. Oh, sorry, good.
I was just gonna say, I think it deserves its ratings, and so it's definitely enjoyable. So it's one to watch.
Yeah, I was gonna. Yeah, I agree. Like it deserves its ratings, and I think it's definitely worth a watch.
Yeah, I agree too. Anyways, any of you listening out there who haven't watched it yet, even though we spoiled it at all, hopefully go watch it. Anyways, it's a good movie. So, anyways, thanks again for listening into our little show here, and hope you enjoyed our takes on it. But yeah, I guess it's all for today. We'll see you all on our next recording. Before we go, do we have a pick on our next topic, or are we going to figure it out next time?
That's you, Mako. It's your turn. So I don't know if you have anything else. If you want to tell audience what you're thinking, or it will be more a surprise.
I think it'll be a surprise.
Okay, sounds good.
Cool. All right, we'll join in the next episode to hear the surprise. But thanks again, and we'll see you all next time, or hear you all next time.
Bye bye.
Bye.